What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, just another PokeTuber, coach of your Piedmont Triad Kickers, coming at you today with the finals of LBBA Season 2, or maybe I should say Season 1. I don't know. The league itself has been around for 2 seasons, but they did rebrand, and the rebranded league has only been around for 1 season, so I don't know how to navigate that grammatically. But just know, from my perspective, I've been here for 2 seasons. I don't know. Anyway, today we're taking on Nico Ryan, coach of the Lileepool FC. Hopefully, I said that correctly. Um, I get the inspiration behind the logo, but it really sucks that I'm a Manchester United fan. If you know, you know. But anyway, we're taking on Nico Ryan, and he has a pretty threatening team, which consists of Samurai Hisui, Scizor, Latias, Terra Comfey, Terra Hitmonlee, Claude Sire, Decidueye, Raikou, Lapras, Enamorous Therian, and last but not least, the Terra Pyroar. So I personally think they bring the first four, and I think they bring Claude Sire because I feel like Petrarch's really good into their team. So they kind of need to bring Claude Sire to check Petrarch because yes, you have Scizor who can switch into Malignant Chain, but the issue with Scizor, you don't get Roost anymore, and Petrarch can definitely out Shadow Ball your knockoffs. So I doubt they're going to rely on Scizor to be a Malignant Chain answer. Um, and I also think they could bring Decidueye maybe because like maybe they try to set hazards with the Samurott, and then the Decidueye can just spin block the Blastoids, who typically doesn't 1v1 it. I don't think they bring Hitmonlee into me. We have a Petrarch. I don't think they bring Pyroar and Comfey, so that if I see one, I don't think I see the other. I don't think they bring Enamorous into the team with the Petrarch and the Gudra Hisui, or the Snorlax, if I'm being honest. I don't think they bring Lapras into me because of, once again, the Snorlax, the Gudra, and I don't think they bring Raikou because, yes, Raikou is fast, but honestly, its coverage into my team is very mediocre, so I don't think they bring it unless they really just want the speed. Or maybe they bring like Screens Raikou, you never know. So to combat this team, first and foremost, we decided we're going to bring Moche. The Petrarch is rocking his Rocky helmet. Poison Puppeteer for the ability. We're max HP, max defense, Force Spit F, Bold Nature with Malignant Chain, Mean Look, Curse, and Recover. This set was designed to 1v1 Claude Sire. Now, I didn't come with the set. A friend of mine named DRVR came with the set back in BHDL Season 6 when, unironically, he was dealing with a Claude Sire. And guess what? This thing won the 1v1. And then not to mention, not just Claude Sire, but in general, there's like anything on this team that does not pivot and it is not named Latias, we can probably 1v1 with this set. The exception would maybe be Comfey, but it really depends on Comfey's set and whether or not it's Covert Cloak. But yeah, this is here to do 1v1 Claude, and more than likely we can take out 2 Pokemon with this set. So yeah, that is Petrarch. And another thing the Rocky Helmet does, if Claude, like we can switch into Claude if it's not clicking EQ, and if the Comfey, if we can switch this into Draining Kiss, and for those that don't know, Draining Kiss actually makes contact despite being a special move. So if you Draining Kiss the Rocky Helmet, you take the chip and it's already not doing anything because you're Draining Kissing a freaking Petrarch. So you're actually taking more damage than you're healing, which is also really nice. So Petrarch can help with Comfey. It definitely can force the Terror on Comfey, who, if I had to take a guess, is probably going to be Terra Ground since it hits Petrarch and the Gudra. So we have to just, let it be what it is with that. But yeah, that is Mochi. Next on the team roster, we have the one, the only Tierno the Blastoise, who's also rocking his Rocky helmet. Torrent for the ability, max HP, max defense, Force Spit F, Impulse Nature with Flip Turn, Rapid Spin, Yawn, and Mirror Coat. Maybe we can catch, like if Comfey starts setting up and we have no other way to deal with it, just Mirror Coat it. Or same with like, actually I think it's really just the Comfey, right? I mean, I guess Latias can also be set up, so we can Mirror Coat that. Like, maybe they drop a Draco on us, we just Mirror Coat the Draco. That'd be pretty nice. We have Yawn because Yawn can help us, if something starts setting up, we can put it to sleep. Or in general, we can just put things to sleep to help us off, like reposition and stuff like that. We have Rapid Spin to remove any hazards my opponent might try to set. He does have a Samurai Hisui after all. And then we have Flip Turn, to help us pivot in and out and stuff like that. But this guy is mainly here to help us deal with the Samurai because Rocky Helmet, that's 17% chip every time it touches us. Not to mention, if they don't have Giga Drain on the Comfey, this can also help with Comfey because, once again, Draining Kiss makes contact. You take chip from that. This also can help with Scizor, So yeah, all around Tierno is just really like he's just here to be like a really bulky guy. But yeah, that's Tierno. Next on the team roster is the only mega cap. Not oh my goodness, guys. Okay. I had this problem before where I got stuck between saying Terra Captain when I'm trying to address mega captains in like my doubles league, and now here I am in a singles league addressing my Terra Captain as a mega captain. My brain is fried, bro. But yeah, our next Pokemon is our only Terra Captain for the week in the form of Nimbus the Whimsicott, who's rocking. Wait, this is not Nimbus. This is Wimmy. This is Wimmy. I should have. Oh my goodness, typo. We're ranking Wimmy, actually. Wimmy is rocking her leftovers, Prankster for the ability, not Chlorophyll. Terra Steel, 200 HP, 196 defense, 112 speed, Bold Nature with Moonblast, Leech Seed, Encore, and Substitute. So we're speed creeping, Samurott. We have enough defense investment that with even if we Terra, if the Clodsire hits us with a EQ, leftovers should put us out of range of getting killed by the second one. Um, but we have this is basically just a set to help chip the team down for other Pokemon we're going to get into. If he tries to set up with anything, we're going to just encore them into the setup. We can sub anytime we think we can get away with it. And then we have Moonblast as our main way of hitting. Honestly, it's just so we can hit the freaking Samurott, because everything else on this team, we don't mind just leech seeding or encoring, but the Samurott in particular, we want to just kill. And in general, it also just hits the freaking Decidueye, who would be immune to our leech seeds. But yeah, that's Wimmy, that's Whimsicott. Next on the team roster, we have the one, the only Peter Parker, the Spidops, who's rocking his heavy duty boots because my opponent, well, I don't really think Pyroar comes, and by default, that means he has no way to one-shot Spidops, but he does have a lot of spikes he can set, so let's rock our boots. We have Stakeout for the ability, not Insomnia. We're 248 HP, max defense, 8 Spit F, Impus Nature with Sticky Web, U-Turn, Counter, and Knockoff. I thought Counter can be situationally funnily and good. It just depends. We have Knockoff to remove items, which can be really beneficial. We have U-Turn for pivoting in and out, and then we have Sticky Web just so we can help maintain the speed control, because the last Pokemon on this team really appreciates the speed. But yeah, that is Peter Parker. Next on the team roster, we have the one, the only Turbo the Goodra Hisui, who's rocking his Assault Vest. Gooey for the ability, so we get hit by a physical attack. We lower speed. I don't know if that works with Draining Kiss or not, because it does make contact, but I'm pretty sure it has to be a physical move to activate Gooey. I can't remember if it's physical or if it's contact, but we are max HP, 60 special attack, 196 speed, 10 nature with Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Ice Beam, and Acid Spray. Running all this speed basically to outspeed Scizor, like a Scizor with I think we are outspeeding Scizor. I think for Scizor to outspeed us, they would have to be running like almost 200 speed, or not 200 because they're kind of faster than us, but they have to run a lot of speed to outspeed us. So I felt like for what it's worth, it's okay, because we don't want to get CC'd by Scizor, but Scizor, hey, Flamethrower just knocks you out. Ice Beam can be really good into the Decidueye, and then and pretty much everything else on the team we're just clicking Dragon Pulse into, with the exception of Comfey, who we're just going to Acid Spray over and over again because basically if they Calm Mind, Acid Spray will still have them at -1. If you Calm Mind again, now you're at -2. Basically, we're going to just keep doing this until we're at a range where we can just hit them really hard with something. And Acid Spray is also really good into the Clodsire, because as you guys know, Clodsire gets unaware, which means we can't boost up on Clodsire. However, we can still drop its stats and hit it really hard that way. So I thought Acid Spray and Ice Beam would be pretty cool for Claude. So yeah, that is Goodra. Next on the team roster, last but not least, I can't say you guys knew he was coming because I haven't brought this dude all season, except for the last game, and he did really good last game. So when I bring him to this game, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So if it's not obvious, we are bringing Hoopa Unbound, who's rocking his leftovers. Magician for the ability, 252 HP, 72 attack, 180 Spit F with 4 speed. I think there's like one Pokemon we need to outspeed on this team with the webs up. Whatever the fastest mon is that's touching the ground, we need the 4 speed just to outspeed it. But we are Adamant Nature with Knockoff, Zen Headbutt, Fire Punch, and Psychic Terrain. So, ideally, if Comfey's in front of us, they probably try to Calm Mind, since our Spit F is like kind of sky high. So we click Psychic Terrain. That way they can't click any of their triage moves. That means they only hit with Terra Blast. And I'm telling you guys right now, Terra Blast will bounce off of this Pokemon like it ain't nothing. Fire Punch, we can one-shot Scizor with this. This is why we want the speed. Like, knockoffs in Headbutt, Fire Punch. Listen, if we can touch a Mon super effectively with Hoopa, it probably dies. The only thing on this team that we can't one-shot cleanly is the Samurott. Um, and by thing, I mean out of Pokemon we're actually expecting. So we cannot one-shot Samurott. But every other thing on this team, like if we get a Psychic Terrain, we're two-shotting Comfey, and everything else we're just one-shotting it between the like the moves we have. Um, it's kind of the only reason Peter Parker made the team, if I'm being honest. Um, but yeah, Hoop is like my best offensive monitor to this game, and I don't think my opponent will expect it. So hopefully we can take advantage of that. But yeah, guys, that is Hoopa. That is my team. I hope I said everything need to be said. So without further ado, let's get into the battle. Good luck, have fun to my opponent, Nico Ryan. Hopefully this battle is a banger. All right, we are connected with Nico, and he has brought Latios, Clodsire, Decidueye, Terra Ground Comfey, Samurott, and Scizor. So, let's lead Whimsicott and just take it from there. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. So we can, in theory, sub on like half this team, so long as, well, Comfey's Terra Ground, he has Terra Blast, so maybe not on Comfey, but like on Scizor and the Latios, maybe. Latios would have to have Aura Sphere, which I don't think you'll be that kind of set, if I'm being honest. Scizor would have to have CC, which I mean I feel like it could have. Like I'm pretty sure the set's gonna be Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Defog, and like knockoff or CC. Cause you need a way to hit my Goodra. But based on what we see here, if we can get webs up, Hoopa looks disgusting. Because you one-shot Latios, you one-shot Clodsire, you one-shot Decidueye, and we one-shot the Scizor. So that's 4 Pokemon that if I just touch them with Hoopa, they die. So the only exception would be like, you know, Culver Berry, Papaya Berry, other berries, but we'll see. So what would his initial plan be for Whimsicott, right? I think we just go out into I mean, what do they go for? I kind of want to scout. Would U-turn break my sub if they U-turn right here? Scizor's U-turn would indeed break my sub, so I think we just Terra and sub though. I think we just Terra and sub and see what they go for. Let's see what they decide to go for. Because I'd imagine they attack. If they U-turn or Bullet Punch, we should be able to take the hit. Like, I'm assuming you have Defog on this set, but what's the last move? You go for Close Combat. Okay. That's nice to know. They have that on there. They have that on deck. They have that on deck. That's nice to know. So, let me see. Is there ever a point where Moonblast actually kills this thing if we let it lower its Spadef enough? So we know they have CC though. That's good information for us. I think what we do is go out into Peter Parker and click Web? Or do we go out into Blast? No, let's go into Big Man Blast. I mean, let's go into Big Man Blastoids. Let's go into Big Man Blastoids. They probably U-turn here, but in case they... Okay. Of course you get a crit. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. Okay, well let's find out something. Do we die if they... Brother, are you freaking serious? That's how we're starting the game off? Okay. Okay. Do we live a follow-up CC? That's all I want to know. Do we live a follow-up CC? Based on this, we're at 127? Right? 127? We should be able to live a CC, unless they are banded. That is literally the only way we die. So we are going to flip turn here. But to say, it is theoretically bad for you to stay in right now. Please swap out. Okay. We're gonna go out into Whimsicott. No, we're not going into Whimsicott actually. We're gonna go out into Spidops. We're gonna click... This thing gets taunt though, right? I think we just U-turn though. Let's U-turn. Let's U-turn on this thing. Or do we want to click Sticky Whip? Let's U-turn first. Let's U-turn. Because they might not let us hit this thing. So let's U-turn first. Like, it's really early in the game. You shouldn't let me hit this. Okay. Okay. Like, it's early in the game. Perona, I should know this. Oh, this guy. Okay. So Perona's in front of us. We did a lot of damage to Perona. Jesus. Okay, Mr. Perona. Are you a fast Perona? Actually, we just go into this and click the button, right? I mean... Okay, how do we pick up kills here? We could also go into this and just click Flamethrower, click Ice Beam. I mean, there are different... You know what? I'm gonna go into you and just click Flamethrower, because you don't really have a Flamethrower switch in outside of, I guess if we're being technical, they could go into, whatchamacallit, Clodsire, but... So they're a leftover set, okay. I wonder if Goodra kills from right here. Goodra, Decidueye, yeah, I mean, if, hold up, was U-turn supposed to do that much damage though? Let me see. Decidueye. U-turn was not supposed to do that much damage, and we didn't even crit them, so there's a really, they might be offensive, in which case, which one is stronger? Oh, they're the same base power. Okay, we're going for this one. And we're faster? I wonder, do we kill? Oh, we get really close though. U-turn. Okay. So that thing is chipped. Decidueye is chipped. I'm assuming we see the Scizor come back out. Or we could see Claw, because they know we have Flamethrower. Lupus... What? You're going to Earthquake me, I feel like. In which case, let's go into... Actually, I don't think it'd be smart to go... Okay, let's click Acid Spray first. Let's click Acid Spray and drop their defenses and then click Ice Beam the next turn. Stealth Rock. That's fine. All things considered, that's actually fine. So I could have actually went into Pecharunt there, but it is what it is. I think we just Ice Beam. They don't really have a switch in outside of... Yeah, they don't really have a switch in. And if they end up going into their Samurai... We'll see. We will see. Because they don't know what we're... I mean, they would have to assume we're about to click Ice Beam, I guess. But let's see. This should do a decent chunk. This should do a decent chunk. And it's not like you get Regenerator. That would be so broken if it did, though, by the way. So let's keep track of what's chipped. Decidueye's chipped. Scizor is not chipped. They're going out into... who? You. Ice Beam. Can we freeze? That would have been funny. Alright. In case they click Secret Sword, we're gonna go out into this. In case they click Secret Sword, we're going out into this. They probably just click Ceaseless Edge though, let's see. Yeah, how much are we... Okay. Okay. I think we have to get up the Sticky Web here. And if they choose to go back into Decidueye, that means it has to take a turn to defog, in which case we can just kill it with U-turn and then reset the webs later. I'm assuming we see Decidueye come back out. Lupus, Regina, yep. Oh, this thing. Okay. And we're gonna U-turn. I'm not sure who's faster between the two. Oh wait, hold up. No, we're going for knockoff. I'm tripping. We're going for knockoff. Let's knock those leftovers off. Okay. Or the black sludge, whatever it had, and then we're going to toxic. Okay. So there's Stealth Rock, toxic. We're gonna go out into... We're gonna just U-turn here. We're just gonna U-turn here into our... We're gonna U-turn into Petrarch. I think that's the best, like our smartest plan, probably. I mean, they probably just go for EQ, right? Even though we do resist, but let's see. Petrarch. Moche comes out. They go for Earthquake. How much do we save? I say let's click Recover. And then the following turn we'll click Mean Look to trap them in, and then we'll click Curse. Assuming they even stay in, but in case they don't stay in, let's not reveal everything. Okay. So we're back to 368. Earthquake takes us down to 260. So it's doing roughly 100. So Mean Look. Let's trap this and kill it with Petrarch. Oh, you are a jerk. Who's about to come in? Sagiri? You know what? I can kinda sorta live with this. I can kinda sorta live with this. Because I just have to kill this for Samurai, for my guy. What's his name? I have to kill this for Hoopa. That's it. If I kill this, Hoopa can go in, bro. Please hurt yourself. 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 That's my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy, Samurai. Good stuff, Samurai. Good stuff. Good stuff, Samurai. I really needed you to do that. So this next one should kill you. Like, if you have Sucker Punch, cool. You have Aqua Jet, cool. This should kill. Or not. But if you stay in, you definitely die. Ah, crap. They're going to just Ceaseless Edge, right? Oh, they missed. That is so unfortunate for you. I'm so sorry. But either way, the Samurott is out. And... okay. Samurott's gone. Samurott is gone. Petrarch gets one kill. They probably go into their Latios now. And we will go out into... probably Whimsicott, right? Because the only thing they can really do is this with a Psychic move. And if they do, we're going to just Encore them into the move. And if they go into their Scizor, what I'll probably do is just Leech Seed the Scizor. And then let Whimsicott go. Because I don't think we need Whimsicott to... Well, we might want to keep Whimsicott around for whatchamacallit. That's definitely Latios. So I think we have to go out into Whimsicott here. Because I can't just go hard Hoopa, because Hoopa is just too important offensively into the team. So we need to go, we need to keep Hoopa around. Well, we need to keep him healthy as possible. So we go Wimmy here. I'm assuming they Psychic move us. What did they decide to do? They go for Draco Meteor. Wow, that did a lot. That did a lot. And I mean, that did a lot. So they're probably Specs. We're going to click Leech Seed here. And then go into Hoopa the next turn. Alright. Cool. Actually, what we're going to do... So Whimsicott is dead, unfortunately. What we're going to do, actually, is go out into this guy now. That stinks so much. But it is what it is. We click Knockoff. If they stay in, they die. If they stay in, they die. They could go into the Comfey. We'll just click, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Albeit the game did just get a little bit harder because we don't have our, guy no more, but it is Perona. Who is that? We've seen this before. Okay, so this thing just died. This thing dies. Cool. Cool. And we know the Scizor isn't banded, by the way, because if it was banded, that would have done a lot more damage before. Could they maybe be Akaberry Scizor? If they're Akaberry, that could be very problematic. Let's put it like that. It could be very problematic. So we take out Decidueye, though. If we see Latios come back, maybe we should just freaking sack our something. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. We can't really let Hoopa get 2-chipped either, can we? We gotta play this very carefully. Otherwise, Comfey can be very annoying. Okay, this actually works out in our favor. I'm really hoping they decide to Calm Mind first. Because it makes the most sense, right? You Calm Mind instead of going for the raw Draining Kiss, because we have a very, very high SPDF stat. Unless they're Life Orb. So they did go for Calm Mind. Because they definitely didn't go for Terra Blast. Wait, what if they went for U-Turn? That would actually be... Okay. Great. Now we can just click... Now we can just click Zen Headbutt. We can just click Zen Headbutt. We can just click Zen Headbutt. And now they know next time, though, they can't just sit and, like, now they can't click any of their priority moves now. And we're getting boosted damage on the Zen Headbutt. We can potentially two-shot them. Okay. These are the odds he wants to play with. If we kill Comfey, there's a good chance Not Clodsire, we can beat the rest of the... Let's just try to kill the Comfey, bro. Alright, can we two-shot? Ooh, we do a lot. Terra Blast. We're going to click Knock Off the next turn. We are going to eat this up. And now we're going to click Knock Off. They're probably leftovers too. Or not. Yeah, we're going to just click Knock Off. This should definitely get the kill. And it accounts for anything they might want to switch in. You go Scizor, it takes a big amount of damage. You go Latios, takes a lot of damage. You go... okay. Rio, who is... yeah, this guy. And what is your item? You are... Choice Band. No wonder you were hitting so hard. And now we just Fire Punch this thing. Yeah, we just Fire Punch. We're on priority, buddy! I mean, well, we're on Psychic Terrain, I should say. So Scizor goes down. Scizor goes down. So up to this point, we have lost Whimsicott, and I think that's it, actually. And we lost Whimsicott to his Latios. Okay. Let's keep track of that. Ruby. Terrain has one turn left. Hoopa's very important here. So... I think what we do, we sack Peter Parker, because they're probably going to drop a Draco, right? And then we go back into Hoopa and just reset the terrain. Yep, they dropped a Draco again. Actually, I think we go into you and just click Dragon Pulse, because I'm thinking if they can't hard swap in their... okay guys, we're here because they can't go hard, like this is to account for Comfey. They can't go hard Comfey. They can only go into the hard. They can go hard whatchamacallit, but you know. Lupus, Regina. And I think I think what we do now is just click Acid Spray. Oh my, you're actually, maybe we don't need Acid Spray. Maybe we don't need that. I'm gonna click Ice Beam. I based on that Dragon Pulse damage, we might not need Acid Spray, so I'm gonna click Ice Beam. And just see how much we're doing. Oh yeah, we're gonna kill you. Yeah, we're gonna get the kill with this. We're gonna just Ice Beam them. We're just gonna Ice Beam them. And then after this, they kind of have no choice but to go back out into Latios, who might not kill us. Actually, let's see who they send out first, and then we'll take it from there. But we take out Clodsire. And Latios took out two of my Pokemon. You took out Spidops, and you took out my Whimsicott. So here comes Ruby. Does Ruby kill me? Because Ruby has to drop a Draco, right? Like, Ruby kinda has to drop a Draco. Goodra. We're at 89. So we're at 24%. Latios. Draco. Yeah, odds are they kill us, actually, but, you know. If for some reason they they aren't offensive. Okay. If for some reason they aren't offensive. I think we go back into you and just click knockoff. Right? Just click knockoff. They only beat us if they crit us, I think. Or if they're Culver Berry. But even then, I don't think you have enough muscle to kill us. I don't think you have enough muscle to kill us. And then what we do after this, they have to Draining Kiss, so we go out into our, we go out into Petulant, who should outspeed the Comfey. Draco does not kill. Get out of here! Are we being for real right now? Are we being for real right now? Are we being for real right now? He does not deserve this. What are you Okay. Does Blastoids die to Latios at -4? After all the chip. After all the chip. Like, you don't deserve this, bro. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. I'm like, I know that sounds rude, but like, you just don't deserve this, dog. I'm just telling it like it is. You don't deserve this. You don't. You freaking don't. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. This thing's not even chipped. This thing's not even chipped. Bro, he doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve this. He does not deserve this. He does not deserve this. He does not deserve this. I'm sorry, but you don't deserve. I'm sorry, but you don't deserve this win. GG. GG, bro. You don't deserve this. GG. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? You don't deserve this. This is supposed to be my championship. Because we kill you with knockoff. You have to go Comfey. You have to Terra Blast or Draining Kiss. In your situation, you have to Draining Kiss because you know I have Psychic Terrain. You have to try to get your HP back. In which case, I go into my Rocky Helmet guy. You're forced to attack me with anything but Draining Kiss because you're not doing damage, or you just die to freaking Actually, I just click Curse because Curse does 25% chip. Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. You don't deserve this. You just don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. You do not deserve this. And they're gonna just go back into their thing later. Click a freaking whatever move. Bro, they don't deserve this. I'm just telling it like it is. They don't. They freaking don't. They really don't. This is supposed to be my championship, not his. What kind of bullshit is this? This is supposed to be my championship, not his. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead and end the game already. I'm already pissed off. End the game already. End the fucking game. Why are we clicking time? Click Terra Blast and end the fucking game. Are you fucking crazy? What are you fucking doing? End the fucking game. Why are we taunting? Like, end the game! End the freaking game! Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? What are we actually doing? Like, bruh, get out of here. You didn't have to do all that. You could have just Terra Blast me twice and the game would be over. Why are we wasting time? Come on. Come on. Thank you. In the freaking game already. What's up, guys? Just here chilling with the unsung hero of our LBBA season. Mr. Wimster and or Mrs. because we have two, a shiny boy and a shiny girl. Oh, they're just floating around us now like a little cloud. You love to see it. You love to see it. Well, had to obviously wait some time to record this if the Whimsicott is out the Pokeball because, you know how comps work and stuff. Which is probably better because the way the game ended, we were definitely not in a good mood. Yeah, that was just a very, that ending really stings, man. I mean, I guess I could have maybe sacked one more thing, make the Latios -4, and then I guess if I sack something instead of leaving Hoopa in, then that thing gets critted instead, and then Hoopa just wins us the game, because Draining Kiss does not kill us, even after a Draco, by the way, so, but even then, man, I shouldn't have to plan for a crit. Just saying, I shouldn't have to plan for a crit, because we hit the knockoff, the Latios dies. My opponent's only option is to go into their Comfey, which is their very last Pokemon. Their only option is to Draining Kiss. You already know I have Psychic Terrain. You're not going to click Calm Mind on me. We have Webs up. My whole team outspeeds you. You have to try to get as much HP back as possible. And the only thing we have to do is go into Pecharunt, who is Rocky Helmet, who is faster than the Comfey, and guess what? Draining Kiss is a contact move. So not only do you not heal much, because you do I think 10% to Pecharunt with a Draining Kiss. If I'm being generous, you do 10% to Pecharunt. On top of that, you're doing 10% while taking 17% chip. So in total, you're taking 7% chip. You're already below a quarter from, you're near a quarter. Only thing we have to do is click the move Curse. And guess what? Within 1 to 2 turns, this freaking Comfey dies, because for those of you who aren't familiar with this, Curse chips you 25% every turn you're on the field after you're cursed. I don't think anyone would disagree that the Comfey was probably around 25-30%. So it's not a stretch to say Rocky Helmet chip and the Curse chip would have absolutely killed the thing. We just had to kill the Latios, who basically killed my whole team. Yeah, man, that really stings, because we worked hard this season to try to get here, especially after, because there were power rankings in the beginning of the season, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to sound like I'm just trying to, and excuse my French, I'm not trying to sound like I'm just shitting on the people who did power rankings. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, right? You can never really be mad at someone for their opinion, because what's a wrong opinion and what's a right opinion? You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, something I do hate is when, and I'm trying to say this very nicely because I don't want to sound like I'm insulting the people who did the power rankings. I really hate it when, okay, you know what, I can say it like this. I think we've all had a team where we feel like we see the vision with the team even if everyone else around us doesn't see the vision. And I feel like this is one of those teams, because there was a lot of Pokemon, a lot of choices that got harshly criticized, not only from the power rankings, but just from me just listening to what people had to say about the team in general. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was definitely certain things people liked about the team, but there was also a lot of things that people, in my opinion, harshly criticized. And the way I look at it, they made those criticisms, yet we made it to the finals. And even then, the only reason I'm not a champion right now is because my opponent got a lucky crit against me with a Latios. And before anyone tries to bring up the Pecharunt, with the Pecharunt Samurott interaction, I want to remind everyone of one thing. Pecharunt is literally known for poisoning things. Pecharunt literally is known for confusing you if it poisons you. That's a guaranteed thing to happen when you're dealing with a Pecharunt. If anything, it's more foolish to think you're not going to get poisoned and confused. Now, him hitting himself, I will admit, that was kind of like salt in the wound type stuff. But at the same time, this is something Pecharunt is literally known for. Literally. Latios isn't known for critting things. Last I checked, you're a Latios. You're not a Meowscarada. You're not an Urshifu. You're not a freaking Cryogonal. And whoever the heck else gets Frost Breath. Because I'm pretty sure it's not just Cryogonal, but that's the mon that comes to mind when I think of Frost Breath. And I'm pretty sure there's more moves that like are guaranteed crits than just Flower Trick, the Urshifu's signature moves, and Frost Breath. But you get what I'm saying. Latios isn't known for doing that, whereas Pecharunt is known for doing what it did. So I do understand the argument of, well, you haxed him, but he haxed you. But please also understand, once again, Pecharunt is literally known for doing what it did. Latios is not. But yeah, you guys get what I'm saying though. That L was very tough. I really wanted to win with this team because before SV finally concludes within the next like what year and a half maybe. I really did want to win something with Whimsicott. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Also, winning something with Spidops would be pretty cool though too, because Spidops is consistently ranked as the worst Pokemon out of Gen 9, and after using it as many times as I've used it, I would make the argument that it's actually not. Like, sure, if you want to say it's like the weakest Pokemon, sure, you can say that. But I feel like for what this Mon can offer to teams, it is very, very disingenuous to say it's the worst Pokemon in Gen 9. I feel like it's very disingenuous. But that's an opinion. I'm allowed to have that opinion. If you don't agree with it, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, really wanted to win with this team because I feel like the team just got completely, and excuse my French, I feel like my team just got shat on. Like I said, people can have their opinions, but I feel like my team was just shitted on, like in the early parts of the season. And then it stopped getting shitted on because, by freaking week, 4, 5, I'm like 4-1. Like, you can't really say anything to a person when their team is freaking beating everybody, Not to sound arrogant, I'm just saying. You can't really talk smack about a team when it's winning, right? Yeah, man. Really wanted to win. Especially since, like, this is the first time I've ever made finals in a league twice and didn't win at least once. So it's also kind of like it's like a blunder on my record now. Even though we all know what it is. Even my opponent acknowledged it. But, yeah, man. Don't want to keep you guys here too long, because I know at this point I'm just babbling, but just wanted to give my post-match thoughts, like I typically do for the finals matches, whenever we do make them. Really wish we could have brought this one home, so sorry for coming up short, everyone. We were almost there, though. We were almost there, so I guess it's just, Season 3. Even though I think it'd be very naive of me to think I can make finals 3 seasons in a row in the same league, but hey, I guess we just have to try to do it because, yeah, I need this title to my name because I feel robbed. But my opponent did play well. They brought good stuff. We had the Bandit Scizor, the Specs Latios, which clearly put in work, the setup Comfey, which we predicted, but setup Comfey is always really good. They brought good stuff, but it's just the fact that I feel like we prepped better. I don't think I'm wrong to say that. Like, my tech was teching. The Psychic Terrain tech came in handy. The Rocky Helmets were going to come in handy had we just killed the freaking Latios. Like, there was a lot of things that was going to come in handy. But, and I think even though my opponent played well, I do feel like we did play better. And I'm not saying like we were just outplaying them, but I do feel like if you had to scale us on 1 to 10, like, you could easily put me at like an 8 and then put them at a 7 type stuff. I'm not saying that's what I think in regards to like the play score, but I'm just saying I feel like that's reasonable. Like, I was just slightly ahead in regards to the playmaking is what I'm trying to say. And we just didn't get rewarded for it. It's unfortunate. It happens. We just got to bounce back in our other leagues, and hopefully we can get some more championships for you guys because it's nice having championships so you can prove to yourself you're actually getting better at the game. That's how I feel about it. But like I said, I've been babbling, so let's end that right here, right now. Thank you everybody who stayed around to listen to all this and watch the whole video. I really appreciate y'all. I also appreciate y'all for just being around for the season and all that too. Yeah, man. Yeah, guys. Yeah, girls. Guys and gals. You know how it is. Until next time, everybody. Peace out.